Welcome to Macro Money Talk, where we analyze the unseen forces of economics. Today, we dismantle the myths surrounding extreme wealth. Society often views billionaires with skepticism, yet we rarely discuss the structural role they play in advancing our collective human progress. We must look beyond the bank accounts to understand how capital allocation drives innovation that governments are often too slow to attempt. True wealth creation is not about hoarding resources, but about solving complex problems that impact billions of lives around the globe. Let us explore how private ambition fuels the engines of history, pushing the boundaries of what we once thought was impossible. We are witnessing a shift where individuals, not just nations, hold the power to reshape industries and redefine our future reality. These individuals often act as beacons in the dark, taking on risks that no sensible committee or government agency would ever approve. By understanding their function, we can, distinguish between those who build the future and those who merely extract from the present. First, we examine how they push human progress by venturing into frontiers that were previously abandoned or deemed too expensive to explore. Consider the realm of space exploration, where private capital dared to venture when national governments had stalled or simply gave up. For decades, space travel was stagnant, but private investment revitalized the dream of becoming a multiplanetary species through reusable rocket technology. It is not just about reaching Mars. It is about connecting the unconnected, bringing high-speed internet to the most remote villages. This global connectivity unlocks human potential, allowing knowledge to flow freely to places that were once completely isolated from the world. Beyond space, they fund high-risk research in energy and physics, areas where the return on investment might take decades to materialize. Governments often focus on the next election cycle, but billionaire builders focus on the next generation, investing in long-term survival. They accelerated the transition to sustainable energy, forcing the entire automotive industry to abandon fossil fuels sooner than they planned. This creates a ripple effect, where innovation in one sector spills over, improving battery technology for phones, homes, and grids. They even dare to merge biology with technology, aiming to cure paralysis and restore sight, pushing the limits of medical science. These moonshot projects often fail, but when they succeed, they fundamentally alter the trajectory of human health and capability forever. Moving to our second point, they democratize luxury. They turn expensive toys for the rich into essential tools for the masses. Decades ago, only the wealthiest could afford mobile communication. Today, a device with infinite knowledge is available for a modest price. By scaling production and optimizing supply chains, they drive down unit costs, making high living standards accessible to the working class. Air travel was once an exclusive club. Now, budget airlines and efficient booking platforms allow millions to explore the world freely. Education has also been disrupted. Knowledge that cost a fortune in university tuition is now often available online for mere pennies. This efficiency is not accidental. It is the result of relentless optimization and investment in logistics infrastructure by visionary founders. They compress time and space, allowing a product made across the ocean to arrive at your doorstep in just 2 days. Deflation in technology prices is a direct gift to the consumer, increasing purchasing power more effectively than many government subsidies. Consider the luxury of a private driver. Apps have turned this elite privilege into a daily convenience for the average commuter. They relentlessly attack inefficiency, removing middlemen and bottlenecks so that savings can be passed down to the final consumer. Thirdly, they build platforms. These are not just companies. They are ecosystems that allow millions of others to build wealth. Amazon Marketplace allows a small artisan in a rural town to sell their products to customers in New York or London. YouTube provides a broadcasting station to anyone with a camera, creating a creator economy worth billions of dollars annually. The App Store created a distribution channel for developers, turning teenage coders into millionaires overnight through purely digital products. These billionaires did not just bake a bigger pie for themselves, they built a kitchen where everyone else can bake too. This democratization of commerce means you no longer need a physical storefront or expensive rent to start a successful business. They provide the infrastructure, servers, logistics, payments, so that entrepreneurs can focus solely on their product and their customers. Artists, writers, and musicians bypass traditional gatekeepers, reaching their audience directly and retaining more control over their creative work. The result is a vibrant, competitive marketplace where merit and popularity determine success, rather than connections or old money. By lowering the barrier to entry, these platforms have sparked the greatest explosion of entrepreneurship in human history. Fourth, they create new industries. They don't just find jobs, they invent entirely new categories of work that never existed. 10 years ago, the job title prompt engineer or blockchain developer would have sounded like science fiction to most people. Streaming and esports have turned playing video games from a hobby into a viable, high-paying career for thousands. The gig economy offers flexibility, allowing people to monetize their spare time and assets in ways previously thought impossible. Data science and cloud computing have absorbed millions of graduates, offering high salaries and driving the modern knowledge economy. The green energy revolution created a massive demand for technicians, installers, and engineers dedicated to saving our planet. Virtual reality and the metaverse are opening frontiers for digital architects and designers to build worlds that defy physics. Drone technology has spawned industries in photography, agriculture, and surveillance, creating niches for skilled pilots and technicians. Biotech startups funded by billionaires are creating roles for geneticists and bioengineers to cure diseases once thought incurable. This ecosystem of innovation ensures that the job market evolves, replacing obsolete roles with higher value, creative opportunities. Fifth, they raise global standards. Billionaires demand excellence, and their companies force the entire market to upgrade or die. When one company offers same-day delivery, every other retailer is forced to improve their logistics to keep their customers. User experience has become a battleground. Clunky, slow interfaces are no longer tolerated because the bar has been set so high. Customer service is no longer an afterthought. It is a core product feature, driving companies to be more responsive and transparent. Product reliability has skyrocketed. We now expect our devices to work flawlessly for years, a standard driven by fierce competition. Even in groceries, the push for organic and fresh options by market leaders has forced traditional chains to improve quality. Safety standards in automobiles have improved drastically, not just because of regulation, but because safety is a premium selling point. Financial transactions are now instant and secure. The days of waiting for checks to clear are vanishing due to fintech innovation. The feedback loop is immediate. Bad service is punished by public reviews, forcing companies to maintain high standards constantly. Ultimately, the consumer wins. We get better products, faster service, and more respect because companies must fight for our attention. Sixth, they solve obsolete industries. They are the great disruptors, breaking monopolies that have become lazy, arrogant, and inefficient. Remember the old taxi monopolies? High prices, dirty cars, and rude service. They refused to change until they were forced to. Traditional banking charged high fees for slow service. Fintech disruptors now offer zero-fee accounts and instant global transfers. Cable companies held audiences hostage with bundles. Streaming services broke those chains, giving viewers the freedom to choose what they watch. The hospitality industry was shaken by the sharing economy, forcing hotels to lower prices and offer better, more unique experiences. Information gatekeepers have fallen. News is no longer controlled by a few tycoons, but is decentralized and accessible to all. Disruption is painful for the old guard, but it is necessary medicine for an economy that wants to remain healthy and efficient. Technology brings transparency. It shines a light on hidden fees and inefficiencies, making it harder for monopolies to exploit consumers. We must not mourn the death of obsolete models. We should celebrate the birth of systems that serve us better. This creative destruction releases resources, capital and talent from dying sectors, and moves them to where they can create the most value. Seventh, they invest in passion projects. Their wealth allows them to fund initiatives that have no immediate profit but immense value. Cleaning the oceans is expensive and unprofitable. Yet billionaire funding is driving the largest cleanup efforts in human history right now. They fund research for rare diseases that pharmaceutical companies ignore because the customer base is too small to make money. Arts and culture survive through their patronage. Museums, orchestras, and libraries often rely on the generosity of the ultra-wealthy. Vast tracts of land are purchased not for development, but for conservation, protecting endangered species and preserving nature for the future. Education initiatives fund scholarships and build schools, giving talented children from poor backgrounds a chance to change their destiny. Foundations tackle global sanitation and malaria, saving millions of lives in developing nations where governments lack the resources to act. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence and the mapping of the universe are fueled by the curiosity of those with unlimited means. They often step in to fill the gaps in social safety nets, piloting programs that can later be adopted by the state. This capital is not lost. It is recycled into the betterment of humanity, driven by a desire for a lasting legacy. However, we must make a crucial distinction. We must separate the builders who create value from the takers who extract it. Builders get rich by offering a product or service that people voluntarily choose because it improves their lives significantly. Takers get rich by lobbying for special favors, blocking competition, and using the government to guarantee their profits without innovation. Society flourishes when we encourage builders. Their wealth is a byproduct of the massive value they have generated for everyone else. We should despise the cronyism of takers, but we must celebrate the ambition of builders who push the human race forward. The world needs more dreamers who have the capacity to execute. We need people who look at problems and see opportunities. From the rockets that pierce the sky to the phone in your pocket, capital allocation is the invisible engine of progress. Demonizing success discourages the next generation of innovators. Instead, we should demand a level playing field for all to compete. As we face global challenges, we need the resources and agility of the private sector, working alongside public interests. The path forward is not division, but collaboration. It is about harnessing the power of greed and turning it into public good. One individual's obsession can solve a problem for millions. This is the magic of the market when it is free and fair. So next time you see a headline about a billionaire, ask yourself, did they build this or did they take it? If they are builders, then their success is our success. Their advancements ripple out, lifting the tide for every single boat. Let us encourage a world where wealth is the reward for solving the hardest problems and improving the human condition. Perhaps the next great builder is watching this video right now, waiting for the spark to start their own journey. Economics is not a zero-sum game. It is a complex machine where ambition, when guided correctly, produces prosperity for all. We hope this perspective challenges you to look deeper at the mechanics of wealth and the drivers of our modern world. If you found value in this analysis, please like and share. It helps us continue to bring you unbiased economic insights. Thank you for watching Macro Money Talk. Subscribe for more deep dives into the economics shaping our future. See you soon.